All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to our episode 5. I believe we're on 5 of our Madison Monday Spotlights. And so I'm Shameka Britton. As you guys know, I'm a real estate agent here in Nashville, but I'm also the co-owner of a restaurant publication called Nashville Coffee News. And so I'm so excited to partner with David and Madison Monday to do these spotlights. So today we are super excited because we have with us Keith Samaroo with Creative Way Village, and we're going to talk to him today a lot about the projects that he has here in Nashville. So welcome, Keith.
Oh, well, thank you so much, Shameka. Thank you for having us, inviting us to your wonderful show, and really excited, especially as our buildings have graced the skyline or starting to grace the skyline in Madison. So this is a really nice opportunity for us to showcase and talk a little about our project.
Yeah, that is so awesome. Yeah, we are excited. I'm a long time resident of Madison. I've lived here in Madison for about 17 years now.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, I'm from Nashville, but I bought my house in Madison about 17 years ago. So it was exciting to me to see such a gorgeous property development coming up in the Madison area.
Oh, yeah. Well, why, thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, I wish I had moved here 17 years ago. It might have been a lot cheaper than now. But we moved here going on 2 years.
Okay.
But I had been traveling back and forth to Nashville over the past several years. I'd say probably 5 years.
Yeah.
My son just graduated from Vanderbilt University, my youngest, and then so I was traveling back and forth to see him. And my older son had also been working here in Nashville downtown. So for me, the whole family was here. I also have some other family in Johnson City, all across from Memphis. So Nashville was a really nice opportunity or place for me to come and hang my hat.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome. That's awesome. So you told us a little bit about yourself personally, but go ahead and share a little bit more about who Keith is. So tell us a little bit more about yourself.
yeah, sure, sure. Originally I grew up in New York, and as I said, I came here a couple of years ago, the company is Samaroo Group or Samaroo Development Group. We're a family-owned, operated company. My parents established in New York City some 40 plus years ago. We own and manage intergenerational housing in New York City, primarily targeted or catering to the workforce housing in New York City. It's a very diverse communities, as you would expect in the boroughs of New York City. But we felt that we could bring that expertise and that diversity here, or that influence here to Nashville. And luckily we found Madison.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. We welcome you here. We're excited to have you here in the Madison area. And so Creative Way, I looked at some of the pictures and videos online, so it looks amazing. Can you share with us just a little bit about the Creative Way Village?
Yeah, sure. I'd love to. So Creative Way Village is as I said, it's fashion, much similar to our product or our buildings in New York City. We wanted to get that. It's a gated community comprised of 36 townhomes and 46 apartments and 10,000 square feet of retail. So mixed use. It was originally envisioned by Councilwoman Van Rees in her visioning statement, and when we came here, really fell in love with Madison and the vision that she had for Madison. So we basically went to task and took that original plan and embodied some of the influences that are typical of New York City, which are kind of the new urbanism. You might have heard that term before.
Yeah.
And new urbanism is a really interesting way of developing and creating sustainable and human scale places so that people can live, work, and play. So that was important for us, especially as our market that we cater to are the workforce community. Yeah. So it's important for us to maintain and embody new urbanist lifestyle into Creative Way Village. Yeah. Originally we looked at several areas across the country before landing in Nashville. We looked at Florida, we looked at Texas, San Antonio, Austin, to expand our business. And what we found was that Nashville, and we kept coming back to Nashville because Nashville just had such an extra special charm. The music was just awesome. The food was amazing. Helped that my family was here, so that made it a little easier to make that decision. Yeah. But again, I think the decision or overriding decision for us to expand the family business really came from the fact that Nashville just had terrific economic metrics. The economic growth factor that Nashville laid out over and above some of the other places that we had visited were by far, much stronger than any of the other places. So that was the reason why we decided on Nashville. And then, once we got here, we looked at other communities to invest in. Around the Nashville, of course, downtown Nashville, of course, areas outside of Nashville. We tried to keep anywhere between a 10 to a 15-minute commute from downtown. Yeah. And of course, we landed on Madison. Again, our market is actually based on the workforce housing community. So it was important for us to keep commuters, travel time to downtown in the front of our minds as we designed this community. So that was the reason why Madison was our first pick or our pick. Not to mention too, we were able to purchase land at a very reasonable price. Yeah. Some of the areas like East Nashville and downtown Germantown have been really outpriced for workforce housing. Yeah. So it wouldn't. We had to focus on the areas that had reasonable pricing in order to develop this project, Creative Way Village.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you mentioned like the commute. So for the ones that's watching, the great thing about Creative Way Village is the location. You really can't beat the location. It's directly off of Ellington Parkway. Literally, it is when you end Ellington Parkway coming into Madison, it is going to be right there over on your left. And so, you're right there. So I think that's one of the great things about it is the location for sure.
Yeah, thank you. And when I first looked at the location, when we were introduced to the property to purchase it, I mean, it was my breath. I was taken away because the highway was right in front of me. Ellington Parkway was right there. Just a beautiful view of the area. We didn't have downtown views, but it's just tremendous views of the highways and the access. I mean, like you said, we're right off the ramp for Ellington Parkway.
Yeah. Yeah, and not too far from Raleigh. So, we have Raleigh Parkway that can take us to, towards the airport. And then you also have the interstate that is literally right there as well. So I-24. So location-wise, it's definitely going to be a great location for Nashville. For someone who's wanting to commute into town or commute anywhere around town, you should be able to get there pretty quick because of the location. So that's great. So you mentioned that you will have townhomes, apartments, and some retail space. Is that correct? What do you envision for the retail space?
Yeah, the retail space is I really want to make sure that the retail space is designed because I think it could be such a special place for our community.
Yeah.
You know, we've had discussions with the college, because as you can expect, you know, the students are directly across the street. Nosi Art College is directly across the street
Mm-hmm.
from us. They have 350 students, and you know, so we're trying to make sure that, you know, they're our immediate neighbor. So we're trying to make sure that whatever we design and locate in the retail can work well with the students. So we're looking at certain, you know, quick food places,
Mm-hmm.
a pizza shop. As you know, college students love pizza.
Yeah.
Um, Everybody loves a great coffee shop,
Mm-hmm.
and those sorts of things. So we're currently in the design process right now. We have to we acquired another piece adjacent to expand the retail, so we were able to expand our retail from about 5,000 to anywhere between 8 to 10,000 square feet of retail. So we're pretty excited about the retail. We hope, if everything goes well, that we can break ground early next year. So we are very excited about the retail. Yes.
Oh, that's good. I'm excited to see. I'll be keeping an eye out on that, and I'm excited
Okay.
to see what you're going to bring over to that area. So that's good. So speaking of like the project, so for the housing pieces, I know you mentioned retail next year, but for the townhomes and the apartments, when do you foresee that being available for people to start touring, or can you tour now and available for moving in and things like that?
Yeah. So we're in the process of pre-sale, pre-construction right now. As you noticed, the two buildings, two of 8 buildings have already you know, risen into the skyline. We expect that the first 2 buildings will be finished right around July, so next month they'll be finished. Currently in plaster and painting process right now. We will at that point, we are currently selling. If you go to creativewayvillage.com, you'll find all of the contact information for our brokers, which is Compass Real Estate. So we are selling. We've actually sold 1 unit already from a young couple out of California, and we're in negotiations with 2 other families. So we are in the pre-sale process right now. So I would urge you and anybody else that's interested, please, you know, come knock on our door if you're interested in a unit. And so once we sell 50% of the first 2 buildings, then we'll move on to our next 2 buildings. So we figure that we probably have a 3-year build out for the townhomes. As far as the apartments go, we are hoping to start sometime in the fall to start the apartments. And again, that will be something special. I have some really cool ideas in mind for the apartments. Nothing like we've seen, you know, around here. We're trying to bring the influence, you know, from other areas. Again, focused on the whole design philosophy of new urbanism, you know, sustainable and sustainability and you know, walkable communities. So again, we'll have, you know, we expect to have anywhere between 100, you know, to you know, 150, 250 people within just the Creative Way Village. So we have a decent head count of people within our area. So the retail will actually work well with the amount of head count that we'll have in our project.
Okay, that is awesome. Well, I'm super, super excited about Creative Way, and I have to. So are you, and I know you said you're always pre-selling. Is it open to do any showings yet? You have
Yeah, Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, like, if it was open to show it yet, or is it just from the specs at this time?
We're doing limited showings right now. We expect that, we spent a good bit of money on renderings and on the
Hmm.
video renderings of the units, just knowing that we would start to market before the buildings were completed.
Makes sense.
So on the website, there's a great movie that shows, a walkthrough of the units. But yes, probably in 2 weeks, we'll do physical showings, because most of the construction crews will be out of there, just so that it's safe and nobody gets injured or hurt. Uh, yes, so we should be there in a couple of weeks, and we have some amazing stuff that we've incorporated into the units. We've really in really expanded on the technologies that have come to the market recently. The one technology, all of the units are very, have the smart tech in it, the Ring video camera for security at the front door is one. We have Wi-Fi thermostats that you can set back your temperature while you're on the road or something, or far away if you forgot to set back your thermostats to save energy. And then we have just committed to our contractor to install UV technology that will actually be installed in the HVAC system, which will actually, kill 99% of allergens and viruses within, their space. So we're pretty excited about the technologies that we've incorporated into the units, and so we think that our future buyers will appreciate that.
I like that. And it's what people are looking for now. They're going to add it anyway. So it's an added benefit that you've already have the Ring doorbell on there and the thermostat. And then the UV, I'm sure that's where we're going to start heading towards with
Yeah,
coronavirus and all this stuff coming out. More people will be looking into things like that as well. So
absolutely.
that's good. Yeah.
Safety of the environment is very important for us.
Yeah.
We committed to providing a gated community
Mm-hmm.
within the past few weeks. We think it adds another element of safety and security and comfort,
Yeah.
because we want people to feel that, while they're enjoying their pool, or they're walking their dog in our dog park, or they're meditating in the yoga and meditation gardens, we just provide a nice, safe place for them to enjoy and not have to worry about, their kids or anything like that. So yeah, safety is important for us as well.
That's good. I am so excited. I am just so excited for you guys and for Creative
Oh,
Great to be coming to Nashville, so into the Madison area. So can't wait to see it. And definitely I will start to let people know that this is available for sale. So I will definitely keep that on my radar and include it on some of my sites. So yeah, I'll
oh,
definitely
terrific.
do that for you. Yeah. So absolutely. And so before we go, just so since you've moved here, tell me one of your favorite things about the Nashville area so far that you've enjoyed since you came down from New York.
Well, it may sound a little cliche, but I really enjoy going down to Broadway
Yeah.
and listening to the music in the bars.
Yeah.
It's unlike, even New York City doesn't have the type of music, the variety of music,
Mhm.
like downtown Nashville, like Broadway.
Yeah.
Um, so that's one of my favorite things to do. So I can't wait for the music to come back and the bars to come back so we can go back and enjoy that music. So
Yeah.
yeah, that is my favorite thing. Not to mention, probably second favorite would be the food.
Mhm.
The fried chicken that I found here, especially, and Madison has some of the best fried chicken joints that I've tasted. So
Yes. Yes.
that's my other second passion.
Yes, okay. Both of those I love as well.
Oh,
Actually I'm from here, so I don't go downtown as often. And
uh-huh.
so it's always surprising when I do drive by. I'm like, it is packed. And it could be during the middle of the week on a Wednesday, no matter what day, it's crowded downtown. So it's pretty cool. When people come visit, I do the same. I may take them down to that area to visit the area. And of course, food. I mean, I love some food. So
Yes.
yeah.
I think those two combinations are just tremendous, food and music. What else,
Yeah,
what else
yeah,
would we want? Right.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, again, Keith, thank you so much for agreeing to do this. This video will be available on our Madison Monday page, and again, it will also be on Coffee News, and I will post on Nashville Fab Living page. So thank you again, and I do appreciate it.
Oh,
Thank
why, thank you so much, Shameka. And when you're ready, we'll give you a personal tour of, uh, of, of the project, the Brownstones.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait. So we'll definitely keep in touch so I can get that personal tour.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you. All
Okay.
right, everybody. Thank you all so much for watching. If you have any questions, his information will be listed right at the top. So please feel free to reach out to him or me if you have any questions. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.